Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are getting into some curl talk, and I'm going to tell you guys all of the curl mistakes that I've made in the past. So hopefully this will help some of you guys out with reviving some of your curls, getting them how you want them to look, how you've been wanting them to look, all of that goodness, what to avoid doing, learn from my mistakes so your hair can look just as beautiful, voluminous, and just healthy overall. So before we get started, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know every time I upload, and follow me on my Instagram so you stay up to date with everything. I'm starting to post more IGTVs on there as well, so definitely hit that follow button so you are up to date, and let's get started. So I have a list of 5 mistakes that I have made in the past and have been working towards correcting throughout a couple of years. My hair has really been through it. I'll try to put some pictures up here so you guys can see what it looked like before. Definitely it went through its worst between 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, probably those years there. So it definitely was a long time ago, but it has taken time to get to where we are now, and it did take a big chop along the way too, but the big chop is not really necessary for everybody. If you do have those split ends and just very dried straight hair at the bottom, but you have curl coming through, I would say get the big chop, but it's really not recommended for everybody. I'll link my big chop story up here as well if you guys need to go check that one out. So the first mistake that I have was using the wrong products. Now, every curl type is different. There's a bunch of different curl types. I'll put a chart up here too. If you don't know your curl type, look at the chart. You'll figure it out pretty simple. I have 3B, 3C hair. And the thing with curly hair, you can have multiple different curl types within your hair, depending on which section of your hair it is. I don't know, I always get this almost straight piece over here towards the side, and then it's way more curly around my edges, and it's just a bunch of curl types within my hair, which is pretty normal. So if you have that, don't think you're different. It's pretty normal. So the thing with that is you need to find the right products for your hair. So there's 2 products that always come to mind of what I used to use and that they didn't work out for me. One of them was a Shea Moisture cream. It was like a souffle cream type of thing. It was just too thick for my hair. It wasn't for my hair type at all. I saw other people using it. I'm like, oh, that's gonna make my hair look really good. Let me use that, not thinking they have a different curl type than me. Their hair is a little bit more curlier and a little thicker than mine. Why would I think it's gonna work for my hair? I don't know. I just wanted my curls to look cute. Anytime that I would use it, my hair turned very oily and it wasn't big and voluminous. It was very down and weighed down, and that's how you know you're definitely using the wrong products and you're not washing your hair right, and all of that is if your hair just gets very weighed down. On the flip side of having a cream that was too heavy for my hair, I also was using a gel that was way too drying for my hair. Now, with curly hair, you want to make sure that you are moisturizing a lot. So with using a gel that was too drying, my hair was looking very brittle. It was looking very dry. It felt dry. It physically felt dry. You want to touch your hair and be like, wow, that's so soft. That feels so moisturized. All of the good stuff. You don't want it to feel very dry and just look frizzy and look nasty and almost matted. But the thing with finding the right products, it's a lot of trial and error. It takes time to figure out what works best for your hair, what cream is not too thick for your hair or needs more thickness depending on your curl type, and what's not going to dry out your hair. I'll list down below in the description box some of my favorite things. So if you have a curl type that is similar to mine, definitely go check them out below. If you are looking for any new products, I will have my favorite ones linked down below. So moving on to my next mistake. This is something that I didn't learn until I went to my hair salon for the first time about, what was it, 3 years ago already? That's when I started doing this thing, which is stop washing your hair in hot water. Hot water is only going to make your hair feel more brittle, dry it out more, all of the negative things that you don't want for your hair. So if you're not washing your hair in hot water, clearly you have to wash it in cold water. Cool to cold water is what I prefer to wash it in. Now I know that's scary. You don't want to take a cold shower. But the trick is you gotta just like tilt your head back, get your hair in there somehow. If you have the removable shower head, definitely use that to get all the products out. You want to make sure your hair is squeaky clean, get it all out of your hair, and the best way to do it is with the cold and cool water. This literally goes for any hair type, not even just curly hair. Like if your hair is straight, wavy, whatever, washing it in cold water is going to save it so much, because when you're washing it in hot water, like I said, it's going to make it feel dry and brittle and nasty, and along with that, it's also going to make your hair fall out way more. So when I had went to my hair salon for the first time and they washed it with cold water, they explained to me all the reasons why it's better to wash it in the cold water. It locks in all that moisture and all the products that you are using, all the goodness from those products. You don't want to just like have it go to waste by using the hot water, and then it's going to come all out. So when you use the cold water, it locks your hair in there. Your hair is a living thing. It has pores. It opens, it closes, depending on the temperature. So if you're using the cold water, it's going to lock everything in and keep everything good and where it needs to be, which is in your hair shaft, helping your hair be healthy and look better. So to go along with the hot water that I was using that damages your hair, using heat definitely damages your hair. That's like a number one. People know this. Don't put heat damage onto your hair, or else your hair will be heat damaged and look terrible. So back in the day, like when I had showed you those pictures, anywhere from definitely 2009 up until 2013, 14-ish, I was straightening my hair every other week. Literally, I would have 1 week that my hair was curly, the next week my hair was straight. That was way too much heat onto my hair, especially with using all the heat tools like a flat iron and a curling iron and a crimper and all of that stuff. It was just making my hair worse than what it needed to be. I had no curl pattern left. My hair was literally waves. Even some of my best friends say it. When they met me back in 2012, my hair was like that. So then for years later, they didn't realize that my hair could get this curly, and they were so surprised when my hair did get this healthy. They're like, I would have never imagined that when I had met you. Now, I'm not saying never straighten your hair ever again, because it is up to you. If you want to, go ahead, you can. I'm just saying, do it the right way. You want to make sure that you are putting proteins into your hair before you are straightening it. You are deep conditioning beforehand so that it is getting all the nutrients that you need it to get. I haven't straightened my hair in about 3 years, like fully straighten, blow dry, flat iron, do all of that to my hair in 3 years. But that's just a personal choice. I have no desire to straighten my hair anymore. Honestly, I could just throw on a wig if I want to have a straight hair for a day. But like I said, it is up to you if you want to straighten it. Just make sure you go about it the right way. Definitely do your research on what is better to put into your hair. Use heat protectants. Use all the proteins and vitamins that you need for your hair before straightening it and applying that excess heat onto it that your hair might not be used to anymore. Also, I wouldn't say do it a lot. Like maybe do it every 6 to 8 months, twice a year type of thing. Don't do it so much, or else you're literally stepping backwards. You're going backwards and you're gonna damage your hair out once again. So like I quickly mentioned in the last mistake that I did, deep conditioning is very important for your hair, and that is something that I didn't do until 4 years ago maybe. I want to say about 3 years ago. Usually everything typically happened right when I started going to my new hair salon, which I am at now, because they basically taught me all the correct things that I need to be doing with my hair to get it exactly how I want it to look and how naturally curly my hair can get. So deep conditioning is very important to do at least once a week. You are putting in all the moisture that your hair needs. So usually with a lot of the deep conditioners, the main thing that they do focus on is the moisture. They'll use different types of things to moisturize your hair. Usually it's like different types of oils that they do include in there, which is like coconut oils or sunflower oil or all those good stuff. There was one that I used to like that was like a matcha one, or even avocado. Honestly, you guys can even create your own, do a little DIY. I personally haven't done any DIY hair masks. I just like to get hair masks that are already made and have all the good stuff mixed all up in there and just put it onto my hair during my wash days. Now, with the hair mask, I typically just do it in the shower because it's quicker. I'm already washing my hair, already have that whole process going. But if you want, you can do it a longer way by doing it before you get into the shower and have a whole deep conditioning going on for like a good 30 minutes to an hour, getting all that extra moisture into there that you need. So the problem that I was doing back in the day was I was just relying on my conditioner to soften my hair and give it the moisture, but for my hair type, that wasn't enough. Yes, my hair was getting curly as it was transitioning into where I wanted it to be. This was about like 2015. It was getting better, but not until I started deep conditioning and finding which deep conditioners I like around 2017. That's when I saw the biggest difference, and my hair did get bigger, bouncier, curlier, more moisturized, and it completely transformed, and I've never seen my hair like that ever. So do not rely on just your conditioner giving you the conditioning that you need. You need that extra moisture, that extra deep condition, and make sure you are putting that deep hair mask once a week, at least once a week. You're going to see a difference. So the last mistake that I made, which a lot of people don't think about, because you more so think about like heat damaging and using the wrong products, but the way that you care for your hair also can be the biggest mistake, which is being too rough when you detangle and detangling the wrong way. So the thing with curly hair, you do not want to comb it when it's dry. You're gonna create the worst split ends in the world, which that's typically common sense. You don't want to detangle your hair. It's hard to detangle your hair when it's dry and you have curly hair, because you're just gonna get a big poof ball going on. You don't get that nice silky little keep your curls looking good if you detangle it when it's dry. So make sure your hair is basically soaking wet. I like to detangle a couple of times. I do it while I'm in the shower and while I'm out the shower before I style my hair, and I'll even re-wet it with a water spray a couple of times just to make sure my hair is very saturated and wet while I am detangling it, so I'm not doing it as rough if it was dry. Also, the direction that you are detangling makes a difference. I know it is very easy for you to just start at the top and go down and do it that way, but by doing it that way, you're once again creating way too many split ends, unnecessary split ends that you don't need in your life. Because if you think about it, when you start from up here and you're going down, you just create like a big knot that starts to form in the middle and go down. So by the time you get to the end and you get that whole knot out, your ends are starting to look like this because they're just... you combed out so much and you get such a bigger wad of like hair that fell out from doing it from your roots down. So what you want to do is go from the bottom up. You just comb this out. So by the time you get to the top, it's simple and easy to just comb it completely through. And you're not going to get those split ends or any of the damaging hair falling out. You're going to have way more hair on your head, which you'll definitely be happy about. So if you find yourself with a lot of split ends, your hair is very frizzy, it's not doing what it needs to do, instead you're buying products that are like not going to frizz up your hair, take into consideration how you're detangling your hair, and if you're doing it, if it's fully wet, and if you're doing it multiple times, like in the shower, so it is fully wet. That's one thing I really do love, is doing it in the shower while you have products in your hair. I like to do it while I still have my deep conditioner in, comb it through. Also, combing it through with your fingers makes a difference as well. and combing it through while you have your conditioner on, and then combing it through once again once you're out the shower, but making sure that it is still soaking wet, fully saturated, so that you don't create any damage. So those were my 5 mistakes that I've made in the past, and I hope you guys were taking notes and writing down things that you can avoid. I just want to leave you guys with this, that it takes time and patience and a lot of love to your hair. You're not going to get perfectly curly hair overnight or in a week or in a month. It takes time. You have to be patient. And it takes a lot of trial and error to find the right products, find what you're doing wrong, and all of that. Also, if you don't want to go through with the big chop, at least do trims. Go in for some trims so that your hair can grow. If you do want that long, luscious, curly hair, make sure you're getting trims done so that you're getting rid of any split ends that you may not notice, but the hairstyler does notice. And definitely go to a curly hair salon because they know what they're talking about way better than any other salon. It might be a little bit pricier, but you're definitely getting your money's worth when you are getting that proper treatment for your hair. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well for more videos. You made it to the end of the video, you might as well just subscribe if you want to see more content, if you want to see more me, more clothes, more hair, more anything. And I will see you all next time.